They were absolutely fantastic. I don't want them to go, but I will always remember the time when these glasses were me. Still not a ginger yet, I guess. Maybe a future version. Today, March 26th, 2015, when I am shooting this vlog, is the 10th anniversary of the new Doctor Who. The return of Doctor Who to our TVs. So I'm going to make a little vlog about it. Happy Friday, Paul Talkers and Whovians. I've been watching Doctor Who since I was not even a teenager yet, back in Korea when I was stationed on a US military base with my parents. For some reason, the English language American Forces Korean Network channel that I would watch on base would broadcast Doctor Who episodes after Saturday morning cartoons. The fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, was my first Doctor, and for the longest time he was my Doctor. I like Peter Davison and Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. They were fun, but something about that fourth Doctor with his long coat and his really long scarf and his offering everyone jelly babies. And his Doctor was very dismissive of using military tactics and weapons when you could use intelligence and communication instead. And that shaped my life a lot. It helped me turn into the nerd that I've turned into. Years passed and my family came back to the United States, and then in the mid-2000s, I heard about Doctor Who coming back, and I was nervous. I mean, I like Paul McCann, but that 8th Doctor movie was not a good movie. It was not good. So I was glad that it was back in the hands of the British, who seemed to know what they were doing with it. And watching Rose, it felt very different. It didn't feel, even like the Sylvester McCoy episodes that I remembered, it felt like a modern day adventure show. When that fellow in the leather jacket and the big ears popped out from the door, I wasn't sure if that was going to be the Doctor. That could have been his companion. I spent the entire beginning of the episode trying to figure out what was going on, when the Doctor was going to appear. Would K9 be back? I loved K9. And then he introduced himself to Rose. And it just felt right. I honestly don't know if any of the other Doctors could have been in the reboot season and won me over so quickly and so well. But I learned in that series that the Doctor had gone through a devastating loss of all of his fellow Time Lords. I learned in that series that he was suffering from some sort of survivor's guilt, but he still had those same principles of helping people who needed help with intelligence and communication rather than violence. He was still the one who would always rather be a coward any day of the week than be a murderer or to even just hurt people. And then I got to see that amazing thing that makes this series. He regenerated into David Tennant. I wasn't sure about Tennant either, but a cocky, silly, fun, charming, swashbuckling Doctor felt really good. I mean, I fell in love with David Tennant's Doctor a little bit. Didn't everybody? So ever since, the 10th Doctor has been my Doctor. And with his companions of Rose, and then Martha, who traveled the world by herself to save it when the Doctor couldn't. And then Donna, whose combination of self-deprecation, love of the human race, aggressive protection of everybody who needed protecting, and firm belief that she wasn't very important. Donna was the best. And then the Doctor left, and nobody wanted him to go, least of all himself. And then we got Amelia Pond, and her Raggedy Man, and her Roman who waited. Matt Smith is a great Doctor. Amy and Rory were great companions. I like the dynamic of having a couple on board the TARDIS. But I'm not going to lie to you, I'm one of those people who does not like the way Stephen Moffat has run the show. I far prefer Russell T Davies' idea of how Doctor Who should feel. Moffat can write a great story, I just don't want him to run the show. I mean, look at The Doctor's Wife, my favorite episode of Matt Smith's entire run. It was written by Neil Gaiman, and it was just, oh, so perfect. It was so good. And then we got Clara Oswald, and she is not my favorite companion. And it has nothing to do with the way Jenna plays her, it's entirely to do with the way the character is written. I mean, I dislike Riversong more, but Clara is like second worst. And then we got Peter Capaldi, who seems a fine actor, but his stories have just been awful. And at this point, the fervent fandom who loves everything about Doctor Who, no matter what, responds to me, why do you keep watching then? Why do you care about Doctor Who? That question doesn't even make sense to me. I liked Doctor Who at the beginning, It was with me through my childhood and formative years. I still love the concept of Doctor Who. I still like old episodes of Doctor Who. I just don't like the way new things are going. Because, you know, we are more than one point in time. If anything, this show tells us that we are so many points in time. I mean, we're all traveling through time. We're just doing it in one direction. Oh, Zane. Too soon? My life was made immensely better when Doctor Who returned to BBC. At its best, the show makes me cry happy tears for the brilliance of humanity and what we can do as people banded together under the Doctor's guidance. At its worst, it makes me wish for those times when it's its best. So happy 10th anniversary, new Doctor Who. I'm glad you're here. I hope you get better. I'll probably keep watching. What do you think of the series since it came back? Let me know in the comments below, particularly if you agree with me or disagree with me. We can fight about this stuff. I could totally geek out about this. Or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, or better yet, share it with all of your nerdy, geeky friends who will fight about whether I'm right or wrong in this video. That would be great. Share me on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr. And if you like this face and these new glasses and you'd like to hear more of me saying stuff about geeky things, please subscribe. And a reminder that this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, I'm going to be having a live event in conjunction with my friend Nice One Francie. We're going to be having it here on this channel. Tune in for a couple of hours, watch us talk to each other, ask us questions, encourage us to be silly or entertaining in some fashion. I think it's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing you tune into the chat and ask us stuff. As always, thanks for watching. And tomorrow, and yesterday, and every other day will be even better.